my name is Corbeth Brown, and I will be doing a peer review on Tony Bingham's Narrative 1 photography. I will begin by answering the questions and um, giving my subjective interpretation of the photos as well. The first question says, does the artist genuinely understand the requirement of the project? I believe that Miss Tony does fully understand the requirements of the photos. She takes multiple photos. Her photos tell a story. I can clearly see what her story is somewhat about, maybe about a woman going through a hard time in darkness and of dying of a dog or an animal in general, and then her laying them to rest. How effectively does the artist use elements and principles of design / photography to compose the images? That's the second question. I think she does a very good job of effectively using the elements and principles of photography. I think she read through the information about narrative photography. She followed a theme, and she understands what narrative photography is. She's telling a story. The principles, I see darkness, I see sadness on the girl's face. I see multiple images where maybe she's praying in some of these images over the animal that she might have just laid to rest. Because in the previous picture, she's like laying the animal down. So darkness, and I can see where she focuses on just the animal, or the animal and her looking at the animal. Do the images convey a sense of unreal, super real, and surreal combination, or a combination of all these things? I think this is a combination of all these things. I think it's an unreal feeling to have to lay an animal down after its death, but I think it's surreal and hyper real that we can all be there sometimes, and I think she pervades that image very well. So I do believe this is a combination of all those senses that the question asks about. What are the images about? What story is the artist trying to tell? As I said previously, the images are obviously about an animal, a woman portraying sadness, and maybe she walked in on the death of the animal, and she picks it up and she holds it and cares for it as she lays it down to rest. And the story is maybe the funeral or her finding out about the death of the dog. So I think Tony does a very good job of portraying the image, and the story she's trying to tell is very well laid out. Are there particular images within the portfolio that stand out the best, and why? I believe this picture stands out the best because the dog is obviously laying there. She has just laid him down in the bed. She's praying over him. I think that picture and this picture is very good, as she is like looking down, feeling sad, and in white robe, which also portrays what you could wear, and sadness, and maybe she's clothed to feel warm and cozy as she's going through these hard times. Are there images within the portfolio that stand out as weak or needing improvement, and why? I think this one is pretty weak, considering maybe there's movement or blurriness. Those could be needing improvement. But my interpretation also of this question is, what could she do better, not just to pick out the things that are wrong. So I think she could more maybe use some different lightings. I mean, all these are pretty dark and scary. I like the dark lighting behind these photos that portrays more sadness and darkness within the woman's life. But then in this picture we have a little bit of light in the back while the woman is dark. So that is cool contrast and elements and principles that she uses, like there's shadowing, and you can see texture of the animal, which is also really cool. What things could the artist do to improve the images and enhance the narrative qualities of the image? I kind of just answered this, but I do believe the artist could improve with lighting And shadows, I think she would use a lot more shadows and lighting, different lightings, darker, lighter on just the animal or lighter on just her face. She could enhance the narrative qualities of the images, but also this is how she portrayed her story to be. And so I'm just peer reviewing, but as a peer, I do think that would be the best. But you can definitely see how she's getting different angles of the woman and how she's handling this. And this is also a different angle that we haven't seen before about the dog and the bed and everything else surrounding. So I think that's all of the questions. I really do think Toni Bingham did a really good job on her narrative part one, and I think she truly did understand the narrative photography aspects and the theme. Thank you.